Hey YouTube, Juan here doing my third video, updating you guys because I know it's been a while since I've uploaded anything. Using my phone now, so hopefully audio is better. So what's going on with my life? I sprained my ankle, so I have 1 week off. So now I have time to upload some stuff. My family's growing. I have a daughter. She's 8 months now. My son's 2 years old. My wife's still with me, still in the program. Graduating December 2014. Thumbs up to that. I'm doing this video on clinical rotation. So far I've been to 3 different clinical sites, and I wanted to hold off on making a video till I got a good experience as far as what clinical's like at these sites. And I've seen a lot of similarities, and that's why I'm going to talk about that. The transition from the didactic phase to the clinical phase to me was the most challenging, the most tiring, the most frustrating experience in the CRNA program so far. And I figured, like, whenever you hear about the difficulties of CRNA school, this is probably why, and I'll get to that in a second. In CRNA school, my program's a front-loaded program with didactic being in the front. You know, the first 9-10 months are just didactic, just campus work. A lot of programs in the country are like that. You're on campus for 3 days out of the week. You know, it's very tiring with tests each week. You know, you have presentations, assignments that are due. But again, it's just 3 days out of the week, so the rest of the week you have time to catch up on your studying, catch up on your work, spend time with your family, friends, go out. Some of my classmates would pick up shifts and work. All that free time is completely gone when you start clinical. Your clinical is a job. It is a job. You put in 40 to 60 hours a week. You will not be paid for it. And on top of that, you have to find time to study and just prepare for the next day. Monday through Friday, usually 6:30 to 3:30, 6 to 4. Sometimes you have to take call. So it's Monday through Friday. So Saturday and Sunday you will have off. Saturday you can do whatever you want with your time, but Sunday you're just gonna have to prepare for Monday again, and you're back at it again. So the expectations, I mean, the clinical in the CRNA program is not like clinical for the RN program, where you shadow an RN, help them give meds, and ask them a few questions here and there. And no, in the CRNA program, you're expected to work. You're somewhat of a staff member, where you go in, you see the patient in the pre-op, you're with them to the entire case, and then you bring them back into the recovery or transfer them to the ICU. And really, that's what they're training you for. So expectations, you know, they're pretty high. To start off with, I mean, the life of an SRNA in clinical, you have to, your care plans. Patients will usually come in a few days before surgery. You'll have information available to you. I mean, when they come in, they come in for pre-admission testing. So the day before surgery, the CRNA is expected to get the patient's file, and there you'll have their, you know, basic information: age, sex, height, and weight. Then you'll have their medication list. You'll have their medical history, their surgical history. So based on all that information, you go home and you develop a care plan. That, and based on like the surgery, of course, an anesthetic care plan. So you work on that. Then the next day you report to the OR. All staff members will usually get there around 7 o'clock. Cases will start around 7:30 or 8. You're expected to be there a lot sooner. I usually am ready in scrubs by 6:30 and in my room doing my anesthesia machine check, getting my meds ready, getting my emergency meds ready. You know, all these calculations of how much do you give, blah blah blah, tidal volume, all that should have already been done the day before. So you should already have somewhat of a picture as far as the positioning that the patient will be in, you know, the medications that you'll need, and the type of anesthesia that you'll be giving them. So your tube, your blade, all those sizes you should already have ready in the room. So pretty much the room, before you go out and see the patient, your room's already set, you know, with equipment, with pumps, meds, you know, syringes, anesthesia machine check like I mentioned. So you go and you see your patient. See your patient sits around 7 o'clock. Go do an assessment, find out how long they've been in PO, you know, find out if they took any of the meds that they were told to take, or if they didn't. Then start an IV. You'll meet with the CRNA, you'll meet with the anesthesiologist, discuss your anesthetic plan, any concerns, or agree, disagree, make some changes. once the surgeon comes in, they'll mark the site, excuse me, and you'll take the patient into the OR. So I'm gonna make another video as far as like the whole OR, life in the OR, you know. So just in order to save time, with a few recommendations that I'd like to make. If you're looking for a program, definitely find a senior in the program and ask them what in general, if they recommend the program or not. I mean, they're seniors, they're pretty much going to be honest, they're about to graduate soon, so you'll get the truth. You know, you'll know, like, yes, they overwork us in this part, or they overwork us over here, or no, they're really light here and I wished I would have had more experience here or there, whatever. Seniors will probably be your best bet. Number 2, find out if your clinical site is it just one main clinical site? Number 1, do they even have a clinical site already lined up for you when you apply? You know, or is it still up in the air? Number 2, are they multiple clinical sites? You know, for me, it's 5 different clinical sites that we go to, our home site, and then 4 others that are used for specialties. Also find out, or your hospital or your program may be contracted with one major hospital, and you'll do all your rotation at that one hospital. So it's always good to know, especially if you are traveling, you know, if you're relocating for that program. Do you have to live in a state for X amount of months and then transfer again? So those just a few suggestions, advice. Again, at this point, this program CRNA school is very, very doable, even if you have children like I do. So I'm gonna cut this video short and just focus on that. I'll do another video and talk about like life in the OR. Okay, guys, thanks.